The Super Eagles of Nigeria have been tipped to rediscover their winning form when the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers resume in March 2025. As the Flying Eagles of Nigeria are gearing up for their 2025 Under-20 AFCON tournament, they've started tormenting some of the countries in their pre-AFCON friendly. I will get time to give you the details of their match today in Ivory Coast. Latest from the camp of Victor Osimhen and good news from the camp of the newly appointed coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Eric Sekucheli, ahead of his squad announcement to face Rwanda and Zimbabwe. The overwhelming feeling in most of the African countries has arrived, and the feeling is that it's now time for the various football federations and national team coaches to scout players or cast their nets wide in order to get formidable players to build the various national teams, from the youth levels to the senior national team levels. The England Football Association has made a move to beat the Nigerian Football Federation and the Royal Spanish Football Federation in order to secure the services of a talented goalkeeper. I will get time to dissect this particular story for you on this platform. Before I plunge into the intricacies of the stories, ladies and gentlemen, with all due respect, this is a new platform. So if you are new here, what you have to do is to subscribe to the channel, click on the post notification bell for more updates. Don't forget to like the video and share to other social media platforms. My name still remains Solomon Chukwu Emeka, the only Ghanaian who has declared his support for the Super Eagles of Nigeria ahead of the 2025 AFCON tournament. Do well to drop your decent comments in the comment box for special shoutouts after my presentation. Let's delve into the stories. To commence with is the camp of the Flying Eagles, Nigeria National Under-20 boys, as they are preparing and gearing up for the 2025 Under-20 AFCON tournament, which will be held in Ivory Coast from the 26th of April to the 18th of May 2025. I've already reported to you on this platform that they've scheduled 2 friendly matches after Egypt pulled a plug in their proposed friendly match because they were being drawn in the same group with Egypt, Morocco, and South Africa. And today, at the Felix of Wahin Sports Stadium, they played a pre-AFCON friendly against the host country, Ivory Coast, and it was very amazing for the Flying Eagles. They defeated them by 2-0. Let's have a look of the scores on your screens. At the same time, the penalty goal that they had, that was by Daniel Bameyi, who converted that penalty kick. And the second goal was from Divine Olise. Very superb goal from Divine Olise. And the Flying Eagles, with a win against Ivory Coast, will be hoping to face them again on the 28th of this very month. That will be the last day of the month of February 2025. So that is it from the international friendly, a pre-AFCON friendly as well for the Flying Eagles, Nigeria National Under-20 boys, ahead of their Under-20 AFCON tournament in Ivory Coast. Still in the camp of youth football, latest coming in is that the English Football Association has made a move to beat the Nigerian Football Federation and the Royal Spanish Football Federation in order to secure the services of a talented goalkeeper, a young one indeed, from Manchester United. His name is Darlington Osuchukwu. He's one of the top performing talented goalkeepers in Manchester United youth team. He has gained a call-up into their youth team and into their training grounds ahead of their UEFA Youth Development Tournament. And they'll be playing friendly matches against Denmark, France, and Colombia, and they are preparing towards that. So that is the news coming in. They are trying every means. This is a young goalkeeper as it stands now. Due to the privacy consideration of youth players, there is no statistics for Darlington Osuchukwu. So I'll get time to dissect how his performances are so far for Manchester United youth team. A very young guy, looking at his height, phenomenal agility, his jaw-dropping skills in terms of the goalkeeping department, being in the middle of the post and also protecting the nets for Manchester United youth side is something that you can't talk about. He's always been applauded by the head coach of the Manchester United youth team. And this is the time that the English Football Association has made a move for him in order to beat NFF and also the Royal Spanish Football Association to his services. And that is it for now. It would have been a perfect fit for Nigerian Golden Eagles so that subsequently he would have performed. But let's look at how things will pan out. Whatever transpires from his camp, I will just monitor him and bring to you up to speed updates on this particular platform. Let's move from youth football to the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The Super Eagles of Nigeria has endured frustrating starts of their 2026 qualification campaign, and it is something that is very difficult for the Super Eagles of Nigeria in order to secure a qualification to the 2026 World Cup tournament, which will be played or be hosted by United States of America, Canada, and Mexico. And the news coming in is that the Super Eagles of Nigeria have been tipped to reconsider or rediscover their winning form when the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers resume in March 2025 by the head coach of the South African football team or senior football team, the Bafana Bafana, Mr. Hugo Bruce. What he's saying is that Nigeria is having talent. And you know, amid the difficulties and the jeopardy that Nigeria Super Eagles have faced so far in their World Cup qualification campaign was the appointment of Eric Sekucheli, where he was being entrusted with the priority and the responsibility of securing qualification for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Indeed, he has inherited squad with talent and brimming the squad with attacking firepowers, the likes of Victor Osimhen, Victor Boniface, Ola Aina, and the likes. They are all top performing attackers for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And looking at their stance, what Hugo Bruce can say is that he hopes and he is very optimistic that by all means, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will come back. But before I go to whatever he has said, every bit of the words that he has spoken out is that the Super Eagles of Nigeria is sitting second from the bottom of the Group C World Cup qualifying tables in Africa. And they are 4 points behind Zimbabwe, Rwanda, and South Africa, who are the leaders of the group after securing a draw with Lesotho, Zimbabwe, South Africa, and being shocked by a defeat against Benin. This is the time they have to go in, defy all the odds against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. Exact words from Hugo Bruce. Let's listen to. I am surprised that Nigeria are 4 points behind us because they have too much quality. So what he's saying is that Nigeria is having that quality. I believe they will come back by the next window, that is March. All the teams in our group are still in the running to qualify for the World Cup. So that is it. And as you know, it's very automatic that the winner of the group will qualify for the 2026 World Cup tournament. And when you are being placed second in the group, there is a possibility or a probability of you qualifying for CAF playoff. After CAF playoff, you might get the chance to go for the intercontinental playoff before you secure a spot at the 2026 World Cup tournament, which will be quite difficult looking at the sinusoidal path that you will take or the zigzag direction that you have to take before you get to that tournament. When you are being placed second, is something that will be very difficult for you. So that is it. We are all praying in the support of the Super Eagles of Nigeria that this time around, especially when they are coming in against Rwanda and Zimbabwe, they have to do everything possible to beat them. It's must-win matches for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So in the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria and ahead of their 2026 World Cup qualifying matches against Rwanda and Zimbabwe, it's a positive news to the newly appointed head coach of the team, Mr. Eric Sekucheli. And the positive news is that magnetic resonance imaging reports coming in is Victor Osimhen now in good condition and free from major injuries. Therefore, he is ready and available for the Super Eagles of Nigeria to face Rwanda and Zimbabwe. Even though I've made further research, and from my research, I've not seen him in any of the pictures that Galatasaray have posted so far on their websites and on their social media platforms. But the news coming in from one of the Turkish media outlets is that he's fully fit from the magnetic resonance imaging test that he took yesterday. And that is a positive news to Eric Sekucheli, technical team, to the entire Nigeria, and also the Super Eagles of Nigeria team as it stands now. Now, to the camp of Victor Osimhen, the transfer part, is that reports coming in suggest that Manchester United really like Victor Osimhen. They are on the verge of signing Victor Osimhen. But according to Victor Osimhen, he is not going to take any amount below what he used to take at Napoli. He is taking an amount reported around 12 million euros net per season, and therefore any amount below that will not be considered by Victor Osimhen. He is ready for that amount. So if you are a club and you are ready to activate his release clause and ready to pay the annual or end of season amount, which is 12 million euros, then you are free to come for him. That is the news coming in. And as I've already reported, Manchester United really like Victor Osimhen, but it will depend on their budget, which will be available for the impending summer 2025 transfer window. And that is it for that. Now, with this report coming in from Fabrizio Romano, before I proceed with the latest coming from Victor Osimhen transfer, as I've already dissected, is this video that Fabrizio Romano made about his transfer.
Victor Osimhen is keen on a move to Old Trafford. It feels financially difficult. Do you sense the links with Osimhen and Manchester United are legit?
Look, Ben, I agree with you on the financial point of view. It really depends on the budget for Manchester United. Now we enter into that moment of the year when in February, March, April, we have a lot of links, but then it's important for Man United to understand how much they can really spend on a striker in the summer window, because they really like Osimhen, they really like Gyökeres too. There are several players they appreciate, but then you have to be able to put the money on the table. And as mentioned, the release clause for Osimhen is something around 75 million euros in the summer. And to answer the first part of your question about Osimhen eventually accepting Man United, my answer is, remember what happened last summer with Chelsea and with more clubs. Osimhen wants the same contract he has at Napoli in terms of salary. So he will not go below the expectations, and it's something around 12 million euros net per season. So the salary is also a big topic, and we know it's financially not an easy moment for Man United. So if Man United will have the budget available, for sure Osimhen is a player on their list. But at the moment, they are still not sure of what they can do. It will also be important to understand about European football, financial fair play, the budget. So we have to be patient on this one.
And according to one of the sports journalists from Nigeria, his name is Buchi Laba. Buchi Laba is saying that whatever Fabrizio Romano, one of the transfer gurus, is saying is very false. That is what he can state. Let me read it out to you. He said it's a false news, very false. Yes, there are several serious clubs from England, Spain, Italy, and even Saudi Arabia interested in signing Victor Osimhen, but nothing is over the line. New release clause or 75 million euros already in place since January 2025. He decided to stay back at Galatasaray. So since January 2025, there is a release clause for Victor Osimhen, which is reported around 75 million euros. By then, he decided to stay at Galatasaray. And as it stands now, Victor Osimhen wants to move in the summer transfer. Just after this report from Buchi Laba, is another news coming in or surfacing online about Giovanni Manna, the director of Napoli. He has also come out to air certain words about Victor Osimhen's transfer. Exact words from the director of Napoli. Let me read it out to you for you to get the clear details coming up about Osimhen's transfer. It's true that Victor Osimhen has a release clause into his contract. So Laba has already spoken about it, same as the director of Napoli, Mr. Giovanni Manna. He continued by saying, "We are working to find a solution as soon as possible to avoid a late transfer as happened last summer." That is what he told Sky Sports. So they are trying to work everything out to find a solution as soon as possible. So they want to work it along the line so that any club that comes in, maybe Chelsea will be coming, Manchester United will be coming, PSG, and several glamorous clubs showing interest in Victor Osimhen can also come for his signature as it stands as the summer 2025 impending transfer. That is it from the camp of Victor Osimhen. And I will end my presentation at the camp of the transfer stories from Victor Osimhen. We shall meet in our subsequent videos. But I was being supported by my hardworking chief editor, Emmanuel Kwame Asiedu, and my amazing graphic designer, Dominic. Before I take a leave of you, let me give you special shout out in one of my previous videos. Special shout out to, let me look at the name very well, Henry Ashon. Another special shout out to Damaturu, heavy man in the comment box. I appreciate your good works and your efforts as Sports Filler. The realist, God bless you for your support on Sports Filler. And Ifion Uyo, God richly bless you for your support. Evans, I really appreciate your good works for Sports Filler. And Emmanuel, this is Emmanuel Moloku, God bless you very well. And Chuncho, I don't know whether that is it and how the pronunciation is. Okay, this is Hunchu. God richly bless you for your support. Emmanuel, God bless you for your support. Emmanuel Etuk, God bless you. Many others in the comment box. Subsequently, I shall give you shout outs. This is Sports Filler. Stay tuned, subscribe for more authentic fillers. Until you meet again, it's bye for now.